Michael Porter Jr. is still going. He has not decided to stop. He has not decided to slow down in any type of way, shape, or form. So in the beginning, it was him making those comments about his brother, saying that his brother's getting no money and no girls, and he's getting girls and he has no wife. Now, he doubled down and he has this to say.
My teammates, that especially Jamal and Aaron, the guys that have been there for a long time, they just all kind of texted in the group chat, and the only thing Nicola said was "wrap it up" out there, and that's all he said. He said make sure you wear. He said make sure you wear condom out there. That's all he said. That was his message. That was his goodbye to me. Those are my guys. Those have been my family, but it's the nature of the sport, and we're gonna stay in touch.
And he basically just said that Nikola Jokic texted him, told him to wrap it up when he was traded to Brooklyn. If you don't know what that means, I'll explain later on in the video. On top of that, we have some positive news. We have John Wall, who has retired, a great career. And then we have Derrick Rose, which the Chicago Bulls have announced that they are retiring his number 1 jersey on, I think it was January 26th. January 26th, 2026. I could be like 2 days off, but you get the point. Now, let's start off with Michael Porter Jr. Michael Porter Jr. Now, mind you, we've never heard anything about Nikola Jokic besides the fact that he likes his horses. When he's done with the NBA season, he goes to Serbia, and he gets more excited seeing his horses race than he does playing the game of basketball. He gets more excited doing that, betting on his horses, than making millions of dollars, winning championships, playing for the Denver Nuggets, and just being a part of the NBA. And this is not just a Nikola Jokic thing. A lot of European athletes in the NBA have the same mindset. Maybe because they never view the United States as home. They come here it's like a job for them. Like, mind you, it is a hobby. They just do support, the game, the league, and, they won't be nice if they didn't practice and put their life to it. But he enjoys his horses a lot more. And that's the thing with European players, that there's always something back home that they go back to that they enjoy way more at home than they do here. And like I said earlier, I don't think it's a matter of fact that them enjoying that better. I think it's more like that's something that is more of a hobby, where the game of basketball has become a job for them, and they're not home for most of the year, and they go home for like 2-3 months. And obviously when you're at home, you're more comfortable. But Michael Porter Jr. came out and said that Nikola Jokic texted him and said, wrap it up in New York City when he was traded to the Brooklyn Nets. Now, this is obviously not crazy news, but as somebody from New York, I kind of think that's disrespectful. I'm not going to lie. I think it's disrespectful because I think Denver is way more dirty than New York. That's one thing. But two, I know he got traded to Brooklyn, but if you really wanted him to stay and you feared him and understanding his issues that he had with women, and that's why he didn't get a wife, you should have kept him in Denver. You should have found a way to trade him somewhere that was cleaner then. Because I'm not going to lie, with the issues that he said that he had, he's bound to catch something then. Because if he's talking about he has issues where he gets a lot of women and he can get married like his brother did, and he doesn't have issues with money, so God bless him with a lot of money. Well, now he's in New York. A lot of things going on here. Cities never sleep. He's going to have a lot more problems with women over here than he ever did before, because there's a lot of them. And for the Brooklyn Nets, have fun having him on your team. He's probably not going to perform a single time. Not that y'all want to win anyways. Y'all probably going to be at the bottom of the league. But now that you know this, it's over. Y'all should have just paid Cam Thomas and just went with him instead, because now it's over for y'all. And it's definitely over for MPJ too. Then, on more positive news, John Wall retired from the NBA, well, from basketball a couple days ago. And honestly, I think it was about time, man. I think it was about time. I don't know if he was looking for, other teams to join, but I think the last team he joined was with the Clippers. He played 34 games with them. If I'm not mistaken, that was the 2022-2023 season. I could be off, but that was his last time playing. I think he did decent with that team. And it's just not the same, like he hasn't played basketball for a long time before that. He comes back. He's not the same him. The league is not the same as how it used to be when he was playing and he was controlling the ball. He was, the man back then. It's not like that no more. And on top of that, I think he's had a good career. Like 5 All-Stars. He's been with the Wizards for like 9 years, I think it was. He was probably the best player the Wizards ever got. I know they got Michael Jordan, but that was later on in his career. I think John Wall, I don't know if it's him or Bradley Beal, but I think he's the best player the Wizards have had. And I see a lot of people arguing, is he a Hall of Famer? Is he not a Hall of Famer? In my opinion, I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer, but I think maybe in 8 years, 10 years, they might select him. But I don't think he's just like a no thought type of thing and he's just automatically a Hall of Famer. I don't think that's the case. I think it's something that is debatable. It's something that you could talk about. But in my opinion, I don't think John Wall is a Hall of Famer. Now, Derrick Rose, in my opinion, that's a Hall of Famer. To come in the league and play from, I think he was drafted from 09 or 08, played all the way to 2024. Or he played like 14, 16 years. That is a long career for somebody that had the injuries that he had. And this was around the time when those injuries were big. Like when Kevin Durant went down with similar injuries, they thought there's no coming back for him. They thought his career was over. And for Derrick Rose, for a while, people considered it to be over when he got injured. And he came back and hooped out. He was the youngest player to ever win MVP. He was 22 years old. And to this day, nobody has done it. And think about all the legends that came before him. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Shaquille O'Neal. You go to anybody before him. Magic Johnson. Even Wilt Chamberlain, who's done some impossible things that nobody has seen. And for some reason, there's no video footage of it. Hasn't done nothing like that. To win an MVP at 22 years old, get selected to the All-Star game 3 times, and then continue to play when he was traded to the Knicks. Bro, to me, that's a Hall of Fame career. Make no mistake about it. And then when you think about Derrick Rose, when anybody speaks about Derrick Rose, those 3 or 4 years where he was dominant with the Bulls, when he took them to 62-20, when he took them to the NBA Eastern Conference Finals and ran into a super team in the Miami Heat, when people talk about those years, it's like they just seen the best athlete of all time. It's like they seen the closest thing to Michael Jordan in the NBA that they ever did before. Like the way his career went, you would think that if he didn't go down, he would have won 3 NBA rings. You would think that he would have been one of the greatest players to ever touch a basketball. Like that's how good he was during the years where he was with Chicago and he was dominant. He took them the furthest they've ever been since Michael Jordan. He did the best with them. And to be honest with you, I don't think they'll ever, ever, ever get another great player like that again. They got lucky after Jordan, but I don't think it's happening again. They tried it with Zach LaVine. They're going to try it again with somebody else. I think Kobe White was supposed to be something, but none of those guys were ever supposed to be Michael Jordan and Derrick Rose. And it will never be that at all. And now they're retiring his jersey, number 1. I think it's January 24, January 26. Either way, it's well-deserved. I think his jersey should be retired. I don't think anybody should touch that jersey again for that team. I think that jersey, the 23, all the jerseys that they have, that I don't know if they retire more, but those 2 jerseys should never be touched again. And if you even think about that series, the whole season, actually, the whole playoff run, when they beat the Pacers 4-1, they beat the Hawks 4-2, So they pretty much almost swept 2 teams. Then they run to the Miami Heat, who had LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh. If I'm not mistaken, I think Ray Allen was there at the time. But they definitely had shooters because LeBron can't play without shooters. And he still got a game against them. He didn't go there and get swept. He still got a game. And they went 62-20. So with that being said, I think his jersey should be retired. I think John Wall jersey should be retired for the Wizards as well. And in terms of Hall of Fame, I also seen people debate on who's better, John Wall, Derrick Rose. Give me D Rose. You know what I'm saying? I think he played way better. I think he bounced back from his injury better. I think his MVP takes him to the Hall of Fame. People always say that MVP is, very important. Accolades matter, this, that, and the third. Winning matters. So give me Derrick Rose. And then Michael Porter Jr. I'm sorry, bro. I don't know if his PR is at its best or at its worst, but he's giving us a new clip like every 3 days. I didn't even think he spoke this much. But anyways, y'all, thank you so much for watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. This Real Talk with E. Safe.